Welcome back. Hope you had a good holiday season. It's pretty much wrapped up. At this point, you've probably done Halloween, you've done Thanksgiving, you've done Christmas.
Yeah.
And now you're probably going into the new year. And in the new year, you've got like all these like New Year's resolutions, right? And I think that those can be pretty cliche, but I think that they're cliche for a reason, because there is something actually powerful about a new year. And so I think the goal in this episode is just to talk a little bit about how not to overthink it, not let the new year be too much pressure, but be able to take advantage of the fact that like you made it to 2026, which is insane. Like to think about another year. What do you think about that?
All the fireworks and all the celebrations,
Yeah.
A lot of good expectations for 2026. So, but like you said, with all the expectations, sometimes we can get too focused on, the resolutions. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and no more of this, and man, I'm gonna be a different person. I'm turning over a new leaf,
Yeah.
And all that type of thinking can try to take over. It's not, all bad, that's good. But, I think it's important to remember, now that the holidays are, in the rear view, Christmas is in the rear view, it's a time to really, in addition to putting all this pressure on ourselves to change and to be better, still, you want to be thankful for who you are, for where you are, and that you have the opportunity, like you stated, to go into a new year, a new beginning, without putting a bunch of pressure on yourself to be Superman or, Wonder Woman or, be this incredible thing, but just as you are, who you are, what you can do, just your little self. That's just so much to be thankful for and so much to strive for in and of its own. And it's enough to motivate you through a whole nother year of just yourself being thankful. It reminds me, there was a famous figure in the religious circles, Mother Teresa. Some of you heard of her, some of you maybe not haven't heard of her. But one thing she said, if you want to change the world, go home and love your family. Sometimes we think we gotta come up with all these great resolutions and I'm going to be this mighty person. I'm going to save $1 million. I'm going to do all this stuff. If you just do the simple things, sometimes that's enough to change the world and to make everything a better place,
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And like you said, sometimes those expectations can be overbearing.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, it's just sometimes the little things that make the biggest difference. And I think there's one message, right? Like we're definitely trying to say that like the new year shouldn't be that much pressure and like take some weight off, relax, chill out for a bit.
Yeah.
But don't let that rob you of the fact that there is something pretty powerful about a new year, about a fresh start. And you can use that to your advantage without being overwhelmed by it. And I think it happens so quick, right? Like the year starts slowing down. You go through October, you go through November, you go through December, and it gets increasingly more like you start thinking a lot about how this year was, what you were able to do, what you weren't able to do, where you're at in life. Start thinking. And then something kind of beautiful happens. You start getting hopeful for the next year. You start turning your focus from the past of this year to the future of the year in front of you. And like, don't be so overwhelmed or so afraid that you're robbed of that. There's something really beautiful in that.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
So what are your thoughts on New Year's resolutions, things like that? Like, have you ever had any big ones? Any New Year's resolutions that like worked or didn't work? Anything that you can remember?
Oh, I've had some really big ones, some grand ones. I'm going to be a better human being. I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to change. I promise,
You had a New Year's resolution to be a better human being?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I've had all those. But, like I'm saying, I found out through the years that really the most important stuff is the small stuff. It's how you treat people. You know, it's how you relate to individuals on a daily basis. It's not the big, I'm gonna work, I'll be president, I swear, or all this.
Yeah. So tell me about some of those examples in your life, like how some of those things have gone for you. What are some of the things that you are working on? Some of the New Year's experiences you've had. I think there's a little bit of story time would be nice here, because again, like, so much, we're giving you a lot of information, but sometimes it's like, man, I just want to hang out with you for a bit before we gotta end this episode.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, not a specific story comes to mind. For me, it's a little bit different than most people because my birthday is the 29th of December. So
yeah.
This time of the year, I'm really thinking of a lot of things, and I'm thinking that whatever I tried to do last year has come to an end, and now this is going to be the beginning of a whole new year for me, for my birthday as well as the new year. At the same time, these things kind of come together, and I always try to be thankful and remember that this is a special time. Generally, what I try to do, honestly, is I like to question a lot of my beliefs. I take this as a time. I think as human beings, we can get blinded and thinking what we believe is better than what everybody else believes. However we see things in our society is better than any other society on the planet. So what I do is I'll take something that I've believed for a long time and just strip it down, pretend like I don't, really believed it, or it wasn't really taught that way. And I go to the beginning and I start doing, try to research, try to find information and see what conclusion I can come to. And really what that's done for me is, number one, it's strengthened my beliefs. It's made me really much more strong in what I believe because I've gone back to the basics of that, understanding, why it is that I believe that. So many times we get to a point that we don't remember why we believe what we believe. We just believe it, And it's important to go back to the basics and understand why it is that we think the way that we think, and is there really proof for that? Even though, you can't really prove anything, but why is it that we believe the things we believe? And it's important, at this time of year, not only for resolutions, but to go back and see why it is you are the way you are, and to really, if it's something that you need to change, then you can change it. Look at it this way: half of what you believe in 5 years, you won't believe it anyway. You'll understand that it's not true what you believe. So don't hold on to anything too dearly. Take the time to revisit all the things that you believe, and if it's true, it'll strengthen it. If you need to get rid of it, then this is a good time at the beginning of the year to throw it out, get rid of it, and don't just. It's tempting just to look to the future only and forget about the lessons we can learn from the past. Remember what how you've come to this point here, what you can learn from the past, as well as using this time of year to look into the future. That's just been invaluable to me in my life. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like we talked about resting and certainly we touched on reflecting, but it really is a bigger piece. Like, you definitely want to take some time to think about what it is about you that you like, that you want to keep, what it is about you that you don't like, that you want to get rid of. And you've got a nice little window here between Christmas and New Year's to kind of figure out where you stand on some of those things. And then you're going into the new year, and you can actually try to use that motivation, right? Because I always talk about motivation like it's a little bit like lightning in a bottle. Like, you don't know when it's going to come. You kind of can't manufacture it. Like, it comes when it comes.
Yeah.
And the new year is one of those rare times where, like, you can count on a little bit. Like, you're probably going to get a newfound sense of, like, motivation to be different or to do something different. And I think sometimes if you've got a little bit of motivation, you can just waste it, because a little bit of motivation can't change your life. That's absurd.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thought.
Yeah.
Maybe that needs to just be said.
Yeah.
Like, but what a little bit of motivation can do is it can kick off one action. And that one action can kick off one more action, and that one more action, and then maybe you can start to benefit from power of habit. And then you start moving this thing. But it's like a hamster wheel, and you got one jolt of energy. It's not enough to just get this hamster wheel spinning. Like it maybe it's one move. But I say all that to say that I think a great way to handle New Year's resolutions, this is how I'm going to be tackling one of mine this year, but is this idea of like a 21-day change.
What does that mean, though, when you say that?
So again, like my church does this thing in the beginning of the year where they fast for 21 days.
Okay.
And they fast different things. Some people are fasting food. Some people are fasting like different kinds of food, water only, no carbs. I mean, it depends what it is, right? Like we know biblical fasting is food.
Yeah.
But this is a little bit of a different kind of thing. It really is just a time to be intentional, sacrifice, give something up that actually is valuable to you, and focus the time and energy that you get from that to God. But I really like that practice in general, and I think it's something that you can try even aside from church. Just try like, hey, I really want to change this thing about myself. I really wish that I did this better, or I really wish that I didn't do this.
Yeah.
Try it for 21 days. Just take that motivation and make a commitment to yourself. I'm going to do it for 21 days in the new year. After that, if it's too hard, I'm giving up. After that, I don't have to worry about it. I can reassess. Maybe I decide to keep it. But for 21 days, you can just try to make that change. And why not start the new year with me when I'm doing it, and with a bunch of people who are starting to do something different at the new year? I think it could be worth a shot.
I think that's a great idea. 21 days to make a new habit.
Yeah. 21 days. So give that a shot. Like we said last episode, like this is definitely the season to rest and reflect. You're now just getting ready for the new year. Don't try not to stress yourself out.
Yeah.
Try not to freak yourself out.
100.
There's a lot of expectations on you. Like just chill. You're gonna be good.
Chill.
You're gonna be fine. We're all going into the new year trying to figure out how we're gonna be bigger, better, faster. Like we're all trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
But we made it. That's worth something.
We made it.
And if we do this thing right, then we'll be coming into the next new year thinking to ourselves like, wow, I'm really happy that I went into 2026 that way. And so, yeah, I hope that could be a little bit of a breath of fresh air for you as you got all this weight on you. But man, think about all the weight you had on you last year. And you're here.
You made it.
You made it. You know? So, yeah, just something to think about.
Yeah, we're going through together. All of us.
Yeah. And
family.
And with that said, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.